Okay, so today we're seeing a little bit of a bounce back, and there's a little bit more reason to be optimistic, but overall the market has been brutal right now. Recently, in the last 48 hours or so, there's one point where it was down about 10% in 24 hours. A lot of altcoins are actually doing worse than that, down more than 10%. Right now, we have high-quality projects that are getting a little bit of a boost, again, making up some ground. But you have projects like Chex, CHEX, that was down 20%. No one is immune. It's not the fault of most projects out there, but everybody's still taking the slings and the arrows, unfortunately. But all that being said, the market does leave us with clues. And we have a chance to kind of, be detectives, do some of the forensics work. And actually, one of the clues that we've noticed in particular, it's kind of hard to miss, to be honest, is that there's one sector that keeps on bouncing back better than the rest when we do have those bad days. This sector happens to be AI agents. They're not going away anytime soon. In fact, arguably, they're going to become more and more relevant and important as time goes by. And so based on, again, the recovery that we've seen already, we're seeing it across the board, but especially in this sector. And so today I want to look at 4 AI agents that we like, that we've researched, that we've vetted, and that already are weathering this storm a lot better, honestly, than most other altcoin projects out there. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie, and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck. If you choose to invest, I wish you well, okay? AI agents or otherwise. But I am not a financial or investment advisor, and just remember that this video is not official financial or investment advice. At number 1 here, we're starting off with Gigabrain. This is by Virtuals. I don't think we've talked about this one yet on the channel, but it's an AI agent designed specifically for crypto trading. So we have this demo here playing in the background, which shows us that Gigabrain can do individual project research. It can also check out general market sentiment, showing that today is bullish, for example, and with a higher fear or greed index indicator than we're seeing elsewhere and have seen these last few days. You can also ask the agent direct questions in kind of a chatbot format, get the latest news, get caught up with that, and many, many more features. Their LLM is trained specifically on blockchain data, and that's kind of a rarity in this space. So basically that means that it's an agent that can spot on-chain activity, things like whale movements, and also track on-chain data. It tracks over 3,000 projects, and all of them are major chains. Here's an example of how the agent thinks through a trading-related problem. And the results are great so far, actually. When many were wondering what was going on, they caught on to the fact that the Trump meme coin launch was legit and not a scam. This was something that it analyzed and was able to report right away. There was a lot of doubt at the outset, right? Because people just couldn't believe what they were seeing. They also have a 67% signal accuracy in catching market moves, which is certainly very good, certainly above average. And if you hold their native Brain token, that's BRAIN, then you get access to the full trading terminal with institutional grade alpha and access to the Gigabrain fund. This is where you can train along with the whales, perhaps in smaller quantities, but using some of the same tools with machine learning strategies that are constantly learning, constantly improving. And then another great benefit is that if you hold the token is you get to take part in a revenue share plan. With the terminal, you can also see cross-chain money flows, kind of like seeing how much ETH benefits from money leaving Solana, for example, and the whole meme coin casino, but things like that are possible. In terms of price performance, the Brain token is very much community-based. All 1 billion tokens are in circulation. That's always nice to see. And then a full 85% of the tokens are public and for the community. And after bottoming out in early February at 0.2 of a cent, it had a nice 80% move upward. And is actually up 92%, a little bit more than that right now in the last couple of weeks, up about 100% actually, which is better than 99% of altcoins. The project right now sits at 0.34 cents with a market cap that is very attractive, at least as I see it, as I record $3.38 million. And you can find Brain on Virtuals to swap for USDC, DAI, ETH, or Wrapped ETH, or if you prefer on Uniswap for Virtual or WETH. Next up here, and at number 2, we're looking at Reploy AI. Here we have a project that represents truly a rare mix of both AI infrastructure and AI agents, which is not as common as you may expect. First of all, they have their own agents that are called Firth. These help with trading as well as app building and smart contract creation. That's one side of Reploy, but the project also has its own infrastructure. It has its own LLM, large language model. That's the same kind of thing that you'd see with OpenAI's O3 or O4 models. Reploy's own LLMs are actually comparable. And they actually have two. There's Reploy 14B and Agentica 0.5B. Recent tests are showing that it's as good as OpenAI and actually reasons, so in terms of logic, reasons better than DeepSeek. So really you're losing nothing with this compared to other maybe more popular models. Plus, this is actually a big one for the industry, Reploy's LLM is trained specifically on blockchain data. Imagine if you could use an AI agent that actually helps you to better understand transaction history, or even, for example, where a coin in your wallet originally came from to see if it's tainted, maybe by money laundering, or just to better understand blockchain data from a Block Explorer kind of context. Understanding transactions such as this one here on Etherscan can be tough, even for seasoned crypto users and degens alike, let alone for somebody that's new to the space, right? So really, this is a pretty huge step forward for crypto and AI, and both of them together, since we know that some lower tiers of bigger LLM models aren't even connected to the internet in real time to begin with, let alone trained on data that's changing so fast, the type of data that we have, of course, in cryptocurrency. Reploy's RAI token is down about 60% in the last month. And we're looking here at the last 3 months, so the last 90 days. We had those two major liquidations in the last month over that 30-day stretch. But just as with the first entry on this list, in Reploy, you have a relatively small market cap, very small actually, below $17 million as I record. And on top of that, a project that is doing a lot of great things with a lot of great potential, and arguably is very undervalued right now at the time of this recording. At number 3 here on our list, we're looking at Sensay. This is a top AI agent and the leader in a very particular use case. A personalized AI agent who is a digital replication of you is the use case. In fact, in this case, they call their agents replicas. And the idea here is that the professional you has lots of knowledge, hopefully lots of expertise to share, right? Maybe with customers, junior employees, for example, and that's good. With a digital version of you, customer service or employee training, for example, can happen anytime. That's 24/7, right? Without disturbing you, without direct access to the real you. And so the professional implications of this are pretty significant. Here, for example, is a quick list of how some leading personalities could potentially use a digital replica of themselves. One great example here is the Warren Buffett suggestion, I suppose. He's, of course, one of the best investors ever. But right now, he's also in his 90s, and his investment philosophy could live on long after he dies with a replica like this. Sensay just had its demo day just a couple of weeks ago. The team used this event to teach people about replicas, as well as using advanced reasoning, and where the team expects to go forward for the rest of the year. The SNSY token has been absolutely hammered over the course of the last 30 days. We're looking here at the 90-day window. In terms of price performance, the SNSY token has been hammered over the last few months. That's been the case for a lot of altcoins, unfortunately, but there's still lots of room here for future growth. We got a market cap right now, as I record, of just over $6.2 million. So really a micro cap. And the good news is if you missed the TGE, the token generation event about a year ago, you're getting a nice second chance now to really get in at a good discount. Last but not least here at number 4 on our list, we're looking at ARC, A-R-C, or AI Rig Complex. ARC is part of the Solana ecosystem, and like Virtual's, ARC is a way to build or create your own AI agent. Many people in our space are saying right now, including many of our own Altcoin Buzz Alpha research team, that ARC is kind of like Virtual, but more for serious builders. And right here, you can see an example of why. You can choose different LLMs, large language models, to use. They include OpenAI, Anthropic, which is Claude, DeepSeek, others as well. And then using the full ARC complex, you get help in building exactly the type of agent that you want. It's pretty cool, and it's fairly sophisticated. Its agent token launch is called the Forge. With it, you can get deep liquidity for your token, you can do fair launches, and you can prevent snipers, as well as other benefits. And as we've been discussing, it's been a tough couple of months. It's been a tough 2025 so far. We've had an awful February for altcoins, really since late January. big liquidation events, over $1 billion in leveraged trades liquidated just this week. So it's been rough out there for everyone. AI agents are still a hot sector though, and one of the few where new money is actually coming in. And ARK is holding up much better right now than most other projects. Most AI agents are down 60%, 70% more in some cases in the last 30 days. ARK right now is only down about 35%. ARC sits at 21 cents right now, just above actually, and in the span of 3 months has been volatile, but has gone from 3 cents to that 21 cent mark for a pretty impressive 6 times ROI. Plus, we have a nice benefit here. All 100% of its tokens are now in circulation.